Hi, I'm Rachel. I am one half of the Grateful Gypsies, and this video is all about the best online English teaching jobs. Now, I've actually made a presentation for this video because it can get a little confusing trying to figure out which online English teaching jobs are going to be the best for you. So I'm just going to jump right in and share my screen with you so you can see the presentation. Okay. All right, so now you can see it, the best online English teaching jobs. All right, so before I jump into the actual English teaching jobs, I'm gonna go through a series of questions that I get asked all the time. So let's do it. Why should you teach English online? Well, there are two reasons. Number one, it is the fastest way to become a digital nomad and earn money while you travel or live in another country. Of course, this is only going to apply when it's safe again, when it's safe to travel again. I'm recording this video during the coronavirus crisis, and no one should be traveling right now, no one. But when it is safe to travel again, if you want to become a digital nomad or live abroad, teaching English online is a great way to earn money while you do that. Teaching English online, this is reason number two, is also a great work from home job. This might be necessary for you during this coronavirus crisis because lots of establishments have been ordered to close. And unfortunately, a lot of my friends who work in the service industry or work in a job that just can't pay them are unfortunately out of a job right now. And so I hope that this will help you figure out a way to work from home until things go back to normal. So that's why you should teach English online. Who can teach English online? Well, it's pretty important that you're a people person. Now, you don't necessarily have to love people, but if you absolutely hate people and you're gonna be in a miserable mood and you're not gonna be happy, then teaching English online is not for you. You have to care about your students' progress and their goals, and you have to want to help them reach those goals. If that's not you, then teaching English online isn't a good job for you. Now, you might be wondering if you can teach English online without a bachelor's degree, or if you're not a native English speaker. And the answer is yes. You can teach English online without a bachelor's degree. You can teach English online if you're not a native English speaker. You just might not earn as much as people with a bachelor's degree or native English speakers. I'm not saying it's right. I don't make the rules. I'm just giving you a realistic idea of what to expect. What are the requirements to teach English online? You need some teaching experience, but it doesn't have to be classroom experience. You need a bachelor's degree in most cases, but not all. Like I said, you do not necessarily need a bachelor's degree to teach English online. In most cases, you will need a teaching certificate such as a TEFL, TESOL, or CELTA. Or if you are a certified teacher, you have a teaching certification from your home state or your home province, then you don't need one of these other teaching certificates that I've listed here. What do you need to get hired? First of all, you need a computer. A tablet won't work. There's only very, very few online English teaching jobs that you can get hired with using a tablet. But a lot of people have come to me and said, I've tried so many times to apply to this online English teaching job and it's not working. And I say, well, what are you using? And they're like, a tablet. And that's the reason why. When you're ready to apply, you should do it on a computer. Your chances of success of getting through the application process are going to be much higher on a computer and not a tablet. Now, it doesn't have to be a desktop computer. A laptop computer is just fine, but an iPad or something similar, a tablet isn't really gonna work. You need a fast, stable internet connection. You need a webcam so your students can see you. You need a headset with a mic, not necessarily like earbuds. Some of these online English teaching jobs require that you have a full headset with the microphone attached. And you need some props. You need like a whiteboard, and you need flashcards in some instances, or you need a stuffed animal if you're going to be teaching kids. It helps break the ice. You can show them how to have a dialogue with the stuffed animal, things like that. All right, so these are things that you need. Okay, now we're getting into the meat and potatoes of this video. The best online English teaching jobs for you. Now, there are 4 main categories that, and you're gonna fall under one of them. First and foremost, there are people with bachelor's degree and no bachelor's degree. Now then, under those 2 categories, you have jobs for native English speakers and non-native English speakers. And under both categories, bachelor's, no bachelor's degree, you're gonna qualify. If you're a native English speaker, you pretty much qualify for all of them. But if you're not a native English speaker, there's only a few of them that you qualify for. And for the rest of the presentation, I'm just gonna go through the best online English teaching jobs for each category, okay? So stick with me, because this is the part where people get confused, but just stick with me. First, if you are from the USA or Canada and you have a bachelor's degree, you qualify for all online English teaching jobs. Again, I don't make the rules, so I'm not necessarily saying that this is fair. This is just how it is. You will need a TEFL certificate. I just made a video about the best online TEFL courses. Doing an online TEFL course is the fastest way to get your TEFL certificate. So go back and watch that video. But the best online English teaching jobs for this category are VIP Kid, Go-Go Kid, Magic Ears. Now, in addition to those 3, there's also Q Kids and Open English. Now, these online English teaching jobs, Q Kids and Open English, have an asterisk because you can only teach on Q Kids if you're in the US or Canada. Their platform does not work in other countries. So this is not the job for you if you want to be a digital nomad or go live in another country, because it won't work. But Q Kids will hire you if you are a university student working towards a degree. I'm pretty sure you have to be in your 3rd year. I'm not 100% positive about that. They also might accept you if you have an associate's degree, okay? You will need a TEFL certificate for Q Kids, whether you have a degree, you're working towards one or not. Next is Open English. This is the company that I recommend for people who want to live in Mexico. Specifically, Americans living in Mexico. You should look into Open English. A vast majority, pretty much all of their students are in Latin America or Brazil. They do require a TEFL certificate, but you don't have to have a bachelor's degree. That's why this one has an asterisk next to it. I was just looking on their website, and it looks like you can now apply on their website. Previously, they had outsourced their hiring to a company called Latin Hire, so you had to apply through them. Look into both. Google Open English, Google Latin Hire. This is how you can get hired with Open English. Again, they're looking for Americans primarily living in Mexico. I don't know why, but that's just how it is. For VIP Kid, Go-Go Kid, and Magic Ears, their schedule is totally flexible. You get to choose what hours you want to teach, and these companies provide the lesson plans. You do not have to spend time making lesson plans. They are provided by these companies. Now, I'm not going to go into great detail about how much these companies pay, what the hiring process is like. I have a blog post over on our blog, gratefulgypsies.com. I'll link to it in the description. And that's where you should go to get that more detailed information. Okay, moving on. The next category, native English speakers with a bachelor's degree. Now, if you fall into this category, you qualify for all of the English teaching jobs mentioned in the remainder of this presentation. So from this point on, stick with me, pay attention. The best online English teaching jobs, if you're in this category, are Dada, which is formerly called Dada ABC, Say ABC, which is owned by VIP Kid, Wales English, AL07, EF, which is English First, iTutor Group, and Palfish Official Kids Course. EF English First has an asterisk beside it because you must be based in the US or the UK. That's it. If you live anywhere else, their platform won't work. And I highly recommend looking into EF if you are based in the US or the UK right now and you're stuck at home, because they have had a large influx of demand for classes since the coronavirus crisis quarantined everyone at home. I am going to link to their application in the description below, because at the time I'm making this video, there is a high demand for teachers. So I will link directly to EF in the description. Okay, so for all of these English teaching jobs, you need a TOEFL certificate. They are slightly flexible. You don't have full control over your schedule. You have to be available for a certain number of hours during the week for some of these jobs. And for some of them, you have to commit to the same schedule for what they consider the school term, which is 6 to 7 months. This is specific for Wales English, and then you teach the same kids for those 6 to 7 months. So this is better if you're actually going to live in another country and not be traveling and moving around full time. For all of these, lesson plans are provided, okay? You don't have to make your own lesson plans for these online English teaching jobs. Okay, next category is non-native English speakers with a bachelor's degree. If you fall into this category, you qualify for all of the online English teaching jobs mentioned in the remainder of this presentation. So focus. I need your attention from this point moving forward, because this is for you. The best online English teaching job for this category is iTutor Group. They are based in Taiwan, and you need a TOEFL certificate. They have both adults and kids learning in their programs. So they say they have class times available 24/7. There is some flexibility. They do have minimum requirements that you have to be available for each week, but it is relatively easy to take time off if you plan ahead and you request the time off. I've heard of some teachers being granted upwards of 2 weeks off to go on a cruise, which I would not recommend doing right now. Don't go on any cruises right now, or ever for that matter, really. But if you do want to take extended time off, it's relatively easy to do so with iTutor Group. Next category is native English speakers with no bachelor's degree, okay? Now, if you fall into this category, you qualify for all of the online English teaching jobs mentioned in the remainder of this presentation. So now is the time for you to start paying attention. The best online English teaching jobs for you, if you're in this category, are Cambly, which is primarily just tutoring and helping people practice their speaking. Hujiang, which is based in China. Cambly is not based in China. So for Hujiang, you'll need a TOEFL certificate. And then Skimmatalk. And this platform does not require a TOEFL certificate or prior teaching experience. You can set your own price. However, you need to pay 20% of your earnings to the platform. This platform is based in Japan, and a vast majority of the students on this platform are Japanese. Next category, non-native English speakers with no bachelor's degree. Now, if you fall into this category, you qualify for the remainder of the online English teaching jobs in this presentation, so stay with me. Best jobs for this category are the Palfish free talk classes, which you will need a TOEFL certificate for, and then Nice Talk. For Nice Talk, a TOEFL certificate is a big plus, but it's not required. These are apps on your phone. Unlike the other platforms where you need to use a computer, these are apps that go on your phone, and then the students will call you when you're available. i.e. logged in. So when you're logged into these apps on your phone, students can see that you're available and they can call you just like a normal phone call, and it's primarily so that they can practice their speaking. And you are paid per minute. So the longer you can keep these students talking on the phone, the more money you can earn on these apps. Next, the next category, these are all platforms that I call create a profile platform, and anyone can teach on these platforms. These platforms are also really great in conjunction with the other online English teaching jobs that I've mentioned in this presentation. So you could very easily, if you're teaching for GoGo Kid, also be teaching on one of these platforms to supplement that income. These platforms are great. Like I said, they're for anyone, and you can teach other languages in addition to other subjects on these platforms. So you could teach Spanish, you could teach German. The point is, you can teach other languages and subjects in addition to English on these platforms. The best platforms in this category are italki, Preply, Amazing Talker, Langu, and Learnissimo. They're called create a profile platforms because you create a profile, you set your own price, you can even create packages that keep the students coming back for more than one class, but you need to provide your own lesson plans on these platforms. Okay, now, like I said, this is a blog post on my blog, so I'm just going to very quickly switch over and show you that blog post. So here it is, gratefulgypsies.com, the best online English teaching jobs. And it goes into more details on all the things that I have mentioned in this presentation. More details about who should teach online, the requirements, what you need, and then more detailed information about how much these different jobs pay and their individual requirements and just how flexible they are, okay? So if you're looking for more details about pay and all that, check out the blog post. I'll leave a link in the description at the bottom of this video. Okay, now, the last thing I want to mention is my signature online course that's called Teaching for Freedom, Become a Digital Nomad by Teaching English Online. Inside my online course, Teaching for Freedom, you will get step-by-step instructions for how to get hired with each one of these online English teaching jobs, the best ones for travel. You will learn how to make a lesson plan plus lesson plan templates. So if the creative profile English teaching jobs, if the creative profile platforms are the only ones that you qualify for and you're thinking, I have no idea how to make a lesson plan, what do I do? You will learn that inside Teaching for Freedom. I have a lesson about how to make a lesson plan, and there are lesson plan templates provided for you to write down your lesson plans. Also in Teaching for Freedom, you will learn what counts as teaching experience. There are so many things. There's such a long list of things that you can count as teaching experience. So if you're thinking, oh, but I don't have any classroom experience, it's okay. You don't necessarily need classroom experience. So you will learn this long list of things that can count as teaching experience. Finally, you will learn how to use your online teaching job to transition into location independence so you can make money while you travel when it's safe to travel again. Again, at the time that I'm making this video, we are homebound. We are stuck at home because of coronavirus. It is not safe to travel right now, but that's why now is a really good time to start teaching English online, start applying to these jobs, and start building up your schedule with students so that when it is safe to travel again, you're already going to be earning money online so you can just hit the road. Now, the course is not currently open for enrollment, but you should download my free guide, How to Live Abroad and Travel the World as an Online English Teacher, so you can start learning how to travel the world as an online English teacher. And this will put you on the wait list, so you will be the first to know when the course is open for enrollment. Okay, that's it for this video. If you have any questions at all, drop them in the comments below. I will answer it as soon as I can, and I'm going to leave all of the links to all of the things that I've mentioned in the description below. Please subscribe and hit the bell. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Thanks, everyone.